Thank you, sir. Once again, on behalf of students and audience, I would like to welcome Mr. R. Kesavamurthy, sir, to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I thank Institution of Engineers, Kumaraguru College students and students of other colleges for giving me this opportunity. I was wondering, why did they choose me for this particular topic? Even though I studied electronics, I never practiced electronics in my life. Perhaps I am a senior citizen. Now I am aged 61. Perhaps that is the only qualification for me to address this particular topic. So today is being a World Telecommunication Day, and today happened to be World Hypertension Day also. So senior citizens and elderly persons, they face this problem, hypertension. Now, I mean, even the young kids today, even at the age of 3 or 4, at the pre-KG, LKG, they say, எனக்கு ரொம்ப டென்ஷனாக இருக்குது. No, I am really tense today because of some classes or something like that. So obviously, this is carry forward and cumulatively it has amassed, the mass has been increased over a period of time. And by the time you reach elderly age, your hypertension or the tension becomes an hypertension. So we need technologies, we need so many other things along with healthy for our healthy living. The old age, we cannot, it's inevitable. Everybody have to face the old age. Let us face this old age gracefully and then sail through this old age very gracefully, peacefully, healthily, so that we end our life as a God decides. Okay, so let me give some of my thoughts in this forum. So before that, I will want to share a small presentation I have. Let me open the presentation. Yeah, digital technologies. See that the title says digital technologies for elders and for healthy living. So let us look at, understand what do we mean by growing old. Growing old in terms of age, yes, 60 means you are a senior citizen. But now you can see in a place like Coimbatore or for the entire India, at 60 they look very young. They don't grow old. Maybe by the time they reach 70, you can say they become older. Even though your retirement says 58 or 60, but you grow older at the age of 70 most of the times. Okay, for bulk of us, growing older means maybe only when you reach 70 you can say you have really grown older. So this is the definition wise. So I think that this will be more suitable for persons who have aged 70 plus. Then there are a lot of emerging technologies facilitate healthy living, not only at the older age, even at the younger age. Even at the younger age, you can use technologies and then sail through your life very easily. Now, we use technologies for many things, but we use technology, you can use technology for our day-to-day healthy living also. But let us understand, all of us, we need to understand, technology is not a substitute for good habits or healthy lifestyle. You need to have a good lifestyle with good habits, but technology cannot become a substitute for that. This is where I wanted to underline this particular sentence, primarily because by the time we achieve senior citizens age, most of us retired and our kids have gone out of home. We have become an empty nest, and then we have a lot of disposable income, and then we eat a lot. Some section of the society eat a lot in older ages, which is really a big problem. In fact, today morning I was listening to one of the TV topic, and they were saying that what is the cause for liver problem. And all of us know the liver problem is because of taking alcohol. But now they found that alcohol become the second most important reason for liver problem. That is cholleral problem. They say one of the biggest, the major reason is eating excess food. The dieting is a big problem, and that is the cause for our liver problem. So why we eat more? We don't feel hungry, still we eat. And then we eat as if my bell rings at 1:30 in the afternoon, I go and take the plate and I have my food. Or if one particular TV serial comes, I go and take the plate at 7:30 and I watch Tamilum Saraswatim. At the same time, I will eat my dinner or my supper. So this is what has happened to all of us, particularly old aged people. This is the one of the biggest problem for their unhealthy living. I would put it this way. So we need to keep good habits, good health lifestyle, and you can use technology as an aid. Technology can become an aid so that your good habit and good lifestyle and technology can coexist so that you can have a better living. So this is my fundamental thing which I wanted to convey in the opening remarks. Let's go to the next thing. This thing. Moderation is the mantra. This is what I wanted to say. I mean, alavukku meerinal amirdamum nanji. Too much is a problem during old age. Too less is also a problem. For example, when I was 20-year-old, I used to take 18 puris in my hostel. There will be competition between me and my friends. Who will take more number of puris? But today, I cannot even, the affordability today is far better for me compared to the age of 20, 25, 21. But then the too much will land up into trouble. Too less is also a problem. This is for people who don't have money, who don't have their living, who don't have any savings. Too less is also a problem. We could see in India, too much is also a problem, and too less is also a problem. So where is this too much and too less? It is not only in the case of money. It could be related to money. It could be weight also. If you have too much of weight, then that is a problem. If you are very thin and patla, very, very slim, that could be another problem. Too much of activity also is a problem. Because sometimes I have seen people who have retired at the age of 58 or 60, they go for second job. In fact, they come to me because I run a HR consultancy organization. They come to me and say, sir, I wanted to work. And I tell them that the purpose of this retirement, etc., so that they should not take a very heavy activity after 60. So some people, in fact, it has been found, I don't know whether it's a fake news or correct news, somebody who has worked as a second innings after 60, they die early. Even if they work for 5 years, very seriously, at the same intense, the way they worked at 40 and 45, they die much earlier than somebody who has taken a lighter load. Too much of socializing, because you have a lot of time now, lot of money in hand, you do a lot of socializing. Too much or too less, both the cases are there. Too much of physical movement for some people and for very less physical movement for some other people, thanks to the TV. Most of the ladies, elderly ladies, they watch serial from morning 8 o'clock to night 8 o'clock. My mother-in-law, she passed away about 2 years back. She passed away at the age of 80. And I know for a fact from 73, 72 onwards, she used to watch 20 serials in a day. And she will try to remember the characters also. So sometimes no physical movement is all there. And sometimes it is too much of physical movement. Too many friends, too many or very less friends. This also I could see very commonly. We need moderation in all these things. We have to average out. We have to moderate all these things. Relations also. Too much of relations. We are possessive of our kids. We are possessive of our grandchildren. Now let us draw a line between the possessiveness and relations. Too much food, as I said. Too much drinks. Too much of affection on anything. It could be technology. It could be on goods. It could be on many things. Possessiveness, I already told. So these are some of the things which I think we have to moderate in our life when we reach elder age, when we become elders, and then that will help. Along with this, you need digital technologies which can make your living wonderful. It will be like your teenage kind of scenario. So like Khushwant Singh is a journalist. He passed away at the age of 98. And then he used to live a healthy living till 98 years age. So he said, moderation is one of my aim. I did not have much of a wealth. Very good. If you have much of a wealth, by the time you go abroad and come back, people may kill you. That's what happened in Mylapore, in Chennai. So like that, there could be a possibility. If you have too much of richness, because inequality in our society is too big, so anything can happen today for anybody. If you are if you are very rich, there is every reason for you to end up in some trouble. Okay, these are some of the things which I was talking about, aging or elders or healthy living in the older ages. Okay, now what do? We need to have technology for prevention. That is where we need to concentrate. Our technology should aid with devices or applications for preventing the illness, not for curing the illness. Curing the illness is taken care of by our hospitals, our nursing homes, or by somebody else. But prevention has to be done by individual like you and me. You can have sensors, you can have monitors, you can have wristwatches. In fact, your mobile will really help you to do some prevention of illness. For example, I am now 61-year-old. By the time I reached 50, I used to listen to my body very thoroughly. What is the problem with my body? At 45, there was no problem. At 35, there was no, not at all. I have never gone to the doctor except taking some medical certificate. That is fake medical certificate sometimes you need. So you just go and show this, you will sign and you will take 50 rupees and give the medical certificate like that. But after 50, I found that I have in one part of my body, there is some problem. Because I was able to listen to my body, and that one part of the body, I am now doing all the lifestyle modifications, even food modifications, all moderation I started doing from the age of 50 itself, as far as that particular part is concerned, not the entire body. It is only one part of the body. Okay, this part is linked or related to other parts, no problem. Still, this part is the major problem, because one of my problem was quite frequently I go to the toilet. That is a problem. So for urinals, not for the other thing. So I found that why do I go to the urinal? Because my kidney actually works overtime, and because of which I have to go to the toilet. I found one best way to do is to sweat. How do I sweat? Only when I run or when I work hard, I will sweat. So I started running at the age of 50, and then I keep on running even now. Most of the people whom they know that I almost run every day for information. And then I started with 1 kilometer, and then it went to 2 kilometers, and up to 5 kilometers. I ran 5 kilometers per day, maybe within some 3-4 years. Then a lot of stagnation took place, and I could not move beyond 5. But today I reached, within 12 years, I reached 21 kilometers, and then my average will be around 10 kilometers every day. Even yesterday, a day before yesterday, Sunday, I ran about 10 kilometers. So you will have to listen to your body and try and see where exactly you should observe and use your technology. Because did I really did really run enough? Is my running enough for my body? So that you use technologies and then come to some kind of understanding about your body. So you can use sensors, monitors, wristwatches and mobiles for continual health monitoring and feedback. This will help you for preventing the illness. For example, fitness applications, fitness apps are there. And for some people, all these, you can through mobile phone, you can use devotional songs, etc., which will give you peace of mind. Because most of the time when we talk of technology, we talk about our body. Health means we always talk about body. But there is something called mind health also is there, which you need to really address to that. Mind health, one of the best way of curing your mind is to keep silent. If keep quiet, don't talk anything to anybody, or you keep silent, then and there, as and when possible, you go for Pesaviradam kind of thing, then that will be very useful for you. But then it's very difficult to do. But at the same time, if you have a technology, maybe devotional songs, maybe your Ilayaraja's songs, or whatever thing you like, then you listen to that. Then probably that will kill a lot of your time, so that you don't talk to somebody. So that may give you some peace of mind. So this is another. So prevention is one place where we need to address our technology so that we can prevent our illness. Just I'm going to show you one photograph. See, this is actually a watch, smart watch. See, this says actually this watch is worn by all these physically challenged people. This is meant for physically challenged people. I thought it will be very relevant for even for people who reach older ages. See, now it says, I now make way for an ambulance, because he is deaf. When the ambulance gives that siren all the way to in the journey, But a fellow who is a deaf cannot listen to that. He may cross the road without even, maybe some people are deaf and blind also. But this particular watch helps them to find out some kind of a vibration or something. So this kind of watches are available in the market. So this is one technology. Of course, is there any digital here? I don't think so. But then there could be, you can link this to something else where the parents or the family doctor keep in touch. So they know where this person is going, what is the problem. Okay, when the ambulance comes, there's a problem. What about other vehicles, etc., etc.? They can do an analysis because you collect multitude data, lot of data sets you collect, and then you computer is there very much for our handy. It can compute at a faster rate and come up with a conclusion. Okay, this fellow goes very frequently to Ganapati bus stand. Right. So when you ask to go to Ganapati, all other places is not very crowded except this Ganapati bus stand. So you can always find, normally when does he go to the Ganapati bus stand? He goes there to collect something, some from the shop at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can collect those data. Accordingly, you can have your mechanisms, your apps or your devices, so that it will give a green signal, it will be an alarm signal for you. Okay, let me go to the next one. So prevention is one thing which I want to drive home to everybody. Then technology empowers patients. I could see technology empowering all these females in this country, all these ladies in this country, be it a young girl or be it an elderly lady. Today many girls and females, ladies, they are willing to go out because they have a mobile phone in their hand. 20 years back, when they don't have a mobile phone, they are very much afraid to go there. Today they can go any place. Whenever there is a problem, they can give a call to somebody at home, maybe father or husband or brother, and then they are very, very empowered. And they are very confident now. So similar thing, this technology can empower patients with lot of health data sets you can call it. Lot of health data you can collect, and you can do today very accurate analysis. Now the analysis can be very accurate because the data points, source of data points and the collection of the quantum of data is so huge, you can do accurate analysis and you can do the diagnosis and prediction of health issues using all your big data, AI and virtual reality, etc. Even from a far off place, not necessarily in your room or in your hospital. It can be done because this data is aggregated and is from devices like sensors, etc. and our imaging and etc. That is fed to the computer. That analyzes using the data analytics techniques or algorithms, etc. and then it comes up with a very clear picture. So now what happens is, okay, suppose I am running almost every second day I run. Suppose I come up with the data saying that I am running too much. That's what many of my children say. When I say children, I always refer my students as children. So my students say, sir, you run pandringa. You look very old because you are running. You look tired. And not only their children, the students' father, mother, grandmother and all calling me and saying that you are running fast. So now, with the data, with all these equipments, I can find out whether I am running too much or whether it's I should reduce, I should moderate that. So I can decide on that. So likewise, technology empowers patients in all possible ways. For example, you have to take some medicines on a regular basis. So sometimes technology can help you to give a reminder call. Many things can be done like that. Then let's go to the next one. Technology helps in combating isolation and loneliness. This is another big thing. Today you can download your YouTube, whatever videos, and then kill your time. Use digital technologies you can make your own videos and send it to your kids or whoever it is. So that is with the help of technology. During the COVID-19 pandemic, digital technology have been key to combating loneliness and isolation among older people, cut off from the family and friends, because your family may not be nearby, they may be far off, but then your technology, your digital technologies was very useful in passing on information to them and receiving information from that. Not only this audio information, it's a video, and then you can live thing which can be exhibited in your doorsteps, and your doorsteps can be, your home activities can be exhibited in your children's home somewhere in US or in some other place. So these are all with the help of technology and telecommunication. Technology was there for a long time. Telecommunication and technology actually grown simultaneously, together. That is the beauty of it. If technology has grown and if there is no telecommunication growth, then probably we will not have all these virtual and tele kind of thing, communication. Or in the far off places we may not get access. Today you just see all of us watch IPL. The kind of technology they use in really tracking that ball second by second and try and find out where it hit or where the batsman hit the ball. It is mind blowing. That is the beauty of technology as well as telecommunication. And it comes to our doorsteps, it comes to our living room as if we are there in the ground and watching that particular match. So, and one of the oldest technology helps in compensating some deficiencies. See, one of the oldest help that we get from the technology is that visioning. Whenever we have the problem in our eyes, we have lot of surgeries and so many things, some lens and etc. can be fixed, and then that will help you to compensate some of the deficiencies you have. Similarly, hearing aid has come long years back. Hearing aid has come long years back, but then now it has got a variable, it has got its own mechanism. Whenever you have a thunder in your place, that time the hearing aid should not magnify it and then give it. So like that, there are many other improvements have come as well. And one of the things which I have not written here is elder people, they fall. Falling while walking or getting down in the step or getting up in the step. Particularly when you go up in the step, you may just fall back. That's quite likely because of the your stamina, your inertia is not there. Maybe you have become fragile. No, your center of gravity is not at the center of the body. If your center of gravity is at the center of the body, then you will have that stamina to stand or sit, etc., to get up. But if it is not at the center of the body, due to many reasons, maybe obesity, maybe some other thing, so then it's a problem. Similarly, if there is some problem with your legs, then also you cannot stand. So falling is one of the greatest problem for all the elderly people. You should definitely avoid falling anywhere, be it inside home or outside that. So I will show you a picture which one cane will help you. So this is the cane will help you. You can actually, it's a stick kind of thing. You can use the stick and then go to the any place, to the toilet or something like that. No, it's ergonomically designed, and it can you can keep always in your on your side pocket kind of thing. It looks elegant. It has got a sensor mechanism. You can use it so that you can go, and even if you hit a small pit, that will give you some vibration or some sound. Both it will give. Sometimes it gives a light because the kind of problem elders have, either their eyes are diminished, vision is diminished, or hearing may be a problem, or it could be they are not able to talk louder. So you should have all these mechanisms. So this the kind of things are there in the market, and this can be really connected to your family doctor or your son or this thing, so that you can find out, they will find out where you are going, what kind of road you are using, etc., etc. So these are some of the instruments are there, equipments are there. So technology helps in compensating some deficiency. Once I had an opportunity to talk to the doctors of Ganga Hospital. So they said, sir, unga hospital மேல hospital கட்டிட்டு போறீங்க. You have originally you had some X number of beds. Today you have got 5X number of beds and you are planning for 10X number of beds. Is there any way to reduce these accidents and bone problem, bone breaking, fracture, etc., so that that could be prevention would be better? He says many people we ask them to use stick, but more 99% of the people use stick after falling. If they use the stick before falling, then 90% of the crowd will be reduced, he said. Because falling by the elderly people is very common. If they use suppose if the son says at the age of 65, at the father's age of 65, if the son advises the father or recommends the father a nice stick, a nice cane, the father will say, எனக்கு என்ன இப்போ வயசாயிருச்சு நினச்சிட்டியா? Do you think I am getting older? No, I am very confident. I can walk. But then 2-3 years he may walk very nicely. By the time he touches 70, 71, he may fall. Afterwards they may use a stick. Maybe 2 sticks they may use. But then that is a post-mortem. But if you can prevent, if as he says, if people can use stick at home without any hesitation, then 50% of my crowd will be reduced in Ganga Hospital. That's what he said. He said in an open forum, not to me. Somebody asked this question, and there are about 1,000 doctors are there on that day in that particular forum. He said, if they use stick, some prevention method, while walking to the kitchen or while walking to the toilet, if they use those sticks, then 50% of my patients will come down. I need not build another hospital, like that is said. So it is mind-blowing. So it is only prevention which we need to look at as a technologist, because students are technologists. They may come up with a lot of equipments, etc. Instead of giving equipment for post-disease, post-illness, let us look at all the instruments, technologies, applications, etc. for preventing the disease. Then let me go through this. Technology enables telemedicine and telehealthcare and virtual healthcare. This is one of the, because today we are all having online classes. Today we are all having webinars. And I was able to, thanks to Kumaraguru College, once they said, they forced me to take one subject. And I was not knowing much about that particular subject, even though I am capable of taking, but I was not knowing much. Then they said, why don't you listen to some videos of Wharton School of Management, that is in US. And that's the first time I heard from any foreign university. It was wonderful on that particular subject, the way they have taken that class, etc. I really fell for it, for those teachers, some 3 or 4 teachers. Among the 4 teachers, one fellow is an Indian also. And then I actually grabbed their technology, their input, content, etc. And it's like I translated to our Kumaraguru College students in my own fashion and style. Because I used to take all the Indian examples, whereas they are taking some foreign examples. So webinar has helped to get the best that is available in the world market. The best teacher I am able to access. Similarly, technology and telecommunication will get you the best counseling from the best doctor in the world. If somebody is best in something, then he can be available over telemedicine, telehealthcare. It's quite possible. In fact, the CT scan and the MRI scan and PET scan and SPECT scan and so many scan, the ultrasonic scan, etc. are there. All these manufacturers of these scan devices are either Siemens, Philips and Imatsu and all those people. And whenever one scan is taken in one hospital in Coimbatore, the same live recording goes to Siemens in Germany, to their office. It is recorded there, and there the experts, they see whether the kind of precision that they were expecting, accuracy they are expecting, whether it's coming. Today, let us say there are 10 scans were made in MRI in one hospital in Coimbatore. They will check all the 10 scans and find out what are the pixels used there, whether it's working, whether the accuracy is good, etc. Who is looking at? Not the doctor in Coimbatore hospital. He also does it. Not the technician in India, but somebody who has invented, who has developed it, who designed that machine in Germany, in Siemens office. They look at it because of the help of the telecommunication. Without that, we wouldn't have be doing all those stuff. So when they find like that, they immediately say, okay, this machine actually needs servicing. That only the customer need not tell, sir, you please come for servicing. The Siemens fellows, they know, because your accuracy has come down a little bit. So this machine needs servicing. They come down and then do the servicing, so that that machine again goes back to the original accuracy level. So these are all possible because of the telecommunication. So telemedicine is one thing which is, and it was there earlier also. I am sure when I was in 1981, I was doing the 3rd year engineering. My father had some problem in his brain. We took him to Vellore CMC and it was operated there. And after operation, they gave some medicines and they said that operation is valid only for 5 years. After 5 years, that problem may come again, then they may have to go another operation or something. That they said we will decide later. When I came back to Coimbatore, my native, and then whatever medicine they gave, I had an element of doubt. Even though CMC is very, very well known, very renowned hospital, I wrote that whatever medicines they have given, problems they have said, I copied it in a piece of paper. I wrote what are the medicines they have given post surgery. I sent it to one address in Delhi. I think that is that address belongs to Government of India or something like that. And they wrote back after some 20 days. I got a letter saying that whatever diagnosis has been done by your hospital, that is CMC, is correct. Whatever medicine they have given correct. Whatever they have said is correct. And so you can go ahead with this medicine. There is no problem. They have given 5 years is the guarantee. But we can assure you to some extent that this will take care of your father's health another 10 years. Instead of 5 years, it's 10 years. And finally, my father did not undergo another surgery. He lived after that 38 years. So did not have any problem by God's grace. But what I am trying to say is, a second opinion was there even those days. Only thing is, it is I have to write a letter, etc., etc. Today it is not that you give all your scan copies and send it to one WhatsApp or one email ID. They will give you second opinion there. In fact, people are now talking about third opinion also, because of the various complication of machines or complication of your diseases. So people are thinking of getting second opinion, third opinion. Not necessarily every time you go and meet the doctor. It could be a virtual kind of interaction. It could be a tele interaction, from where you will get the opinion, and then you will find out and then see whether this is the right thing to do or not. Whether I should go for this treatment or not. That kind of thing, it's very available. Thanks to again telecommunication. Thanks to all telecommunication engineers of this world who has made it happen, who have really struggled and strived to bring such a remarkable progress in medicine, even in other industries also. So telemedicine is one, telehealthcare is one, virtual healthcare is another thing. Telehealthcare services played a role in offsetting physical access between healthcare providers and patients. Because in a time like corona kind of virus situation, now you cannot have access between the healthcare providers and patients should be avoided to the extent possible. So in those cases, telemedicine really played a very big role. So these are some of the things, inputs which I wanted to share. But one last slide is there. With all these positive notes, but we have very big challenge in India. Particularly I am talking about India, maybe other countries also it may be true. One is because we have a very large population of elders. Okay, compared to percentage wise we may not have much, but in terms of absolute numbers, we have large population of elders. As our chairman of this program, Dr. Shanmugam said, today we have one children, half children, two children maximum. These half children, one children, two children, they go away from the country or from the state, they live somewhere else. Obviously, this particular parents have to take care of by themselves. Definitely, technology have a very big role to play. So, in addition to your money, you need money, but then more than that, you need technology. And in many of our Indian cases, there is a age-based discrimination is there. You go to any place, be it a temple, be it a hospital, or be it climbing or getting a bus service, transport service. And you will shout like that. Because that aged people will take more time to get in and take more time to get out. So that the conductor, etc., they don't want to entertain such old aged people. So this discrimination there very much in a country like India. I don't know about other countries, but in India it is there. I think we have to sensitize this, because the elders are dependent on some youngsters, not necessarily their own children, but some these things. So age-based discrimination we should avoid to the extent possible. If our technologists and other people or our social scientists can come up with some good ideas, I think that would be grateful. Then inadequate financial inclusion. See, all this technology needs investment, needs money. So, unfortunately, the Indian population, we have not sufficiently insured. No, we have to depend on our pension fund or some fund which we have reserved for it, or we have to depend on our son or somebody else. So, inadequate financial inclusion also puts a brake on the usage of technology. When I say usage of technology, not necessarily high-end technology like surgery and things like that, but even an ordinary thing, it's very, we don't use it. We don't have that kind of a financial inclusion. We don't have financial capability. Or maybe, our psyche is like that. We will be willing to spend 1 crore rupees of money for building a house. but we won't be buying a small instrument to take care of our health. In fact, today morning I received a call from a lady who is building a house for 1 crore, and she is asking me whether I can source a second-hand laptop for her PhD work. I was really laughing at her. See, I know her personally. I know her. She is building a house. 1 crore worth of house is under construction. She said she is going to register for PhD, and then to do PhD you need a computer, and she want to buy a second-hand laptop. Then I told her, second-hand laptop, nobody will give guarantee for their service. So better you buy a new laptop, like that. So this is the kind of the bargaining, or we are actually, we don't know. We don't know how to set priorities. No, there is a fundamental problem with our country. We don't know which is priority, which we should give more priority, which we should give less priority. And the fourth problem which I see is fake information. Somebody says you take 3 liters of water. Somebody says you take 4 liters of water. A person like me who has got this bladder problem, should I take water in the night or not? This is one very big question. If I don't take water in the night, then my tongue also get dried up in the night. So I take little water. When I take some water, I have to go to the toilet. And somebody says you have to walk 10,000 steps a day. That is the kind of healthy living. But it's a fake information. But it is there very much in any social media will get this. It is like saying, I think since you are all teachers, I'll give a real recent example. Almost in all WhatsApp groups, they said, எனக்கு தெரியாமல் போய்விட்டது, திருவாரூரில் வந்து சென்ட்ரல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி இஸ் தேர், இட்ஸ் வெரி சீப் and the courses are good, etc., etc., etc. It is there for so many years, etc. Then I asked one question. Tiruvarur University, by any ranking, it scores 150 plus, 150th rank, whereas PhD College of Technology is ranked 15th. So that is the reason why the Tiruvarur University has not become popular. Even though it is there, even though the is there for a longer time, even though it's a central university, even though the fees are very less, everything, but still it is not popular because it's not ranked properly. I mean, it's not ranked high because the quality of education, or for some reason it's not ranked high. So that we need to fundamental. So fake information. As if now everybody has really lost an opportunity in Tamil Nadu. So far, whoever has studied in the last 25 years, they really missed an opportunity to go and study in Tiruvarur University, Central University. The information comes. So these are some of the fake information which comes in the educational system. That is okay. But when it comes to fake information health, I am really scared. Normally, when I wanted to come to this webinar, I was really scared. I was happy because I am going to address to the students. But I am really scared because I am going to address to the professors. Normally, I am scared of teachers. From LKG onwards, I am scared of teachers, particularly lady teachers. I am very much scared of this Miss. Miss is a very big, danger symbol for me from day one. And today it so happened, our Madam Sachikala was inviting me, and she is giving the introduction. Really, my entire body was trembling a little bit. Then I somehow brought the confidence and then started delivering this particular speech. Okay, I am coming back to fake information. So these are a lot of fake information is there. So we don't know which is right or which is wrong. This is another problem with technology. Technology, and this is a big problem for elders. Elders know where will they get find out whether it's a fake or not fake or true. This is another issue. And lack of digital literacy. A person like me, I am not finding comfortable to learn everything, whatever new technology that come in. I used pager once long years back. Then I went into that ordinary Motorola kind of mobile phone. Then I came to this Android phone and Redmi and things like that. Even now, if something goes wrong with my mobile, I will again go and buy the same model Redmi only. I will not go for another Mi. Only Redmi I will go. I think one more Mi has come. I forgot the name. Some Mi has come, but I will not go and buy that because I may not be able to operate that. Because I know how to operate only Redmi. This is the status of a person, Kesav Murthy, some good qualification and good exposure. Imagine ordinary public using technology. So people who are technologists, they have to make sure the technology is very simple to adopt. Very simple to adopt, and then so that they can use the technology and then come up with solutions for it. Then patients digital literacy and digital transformation is like a double-edged sword. Yes, somebody is digital literacy is a problem for most of us. Sometimes we become digitally literate, but then we get lot of other information in that particular this thing, lot of fake information we get, and we don't know whether it's right or wrong. So we also have problem with the overloading of data. We said, I think in my very first slide, I said what are the things which we should do moderation. I think the moderation we said here is the money, weight, etc. I think the data also is the moderation we should do. Because the data also, we are overloaded with data on anything. For example, whether it will rain today or not. Now we have the meteorological department says something, some private weather reporters, they say something else. Now slight difference is there. So now today we are overloaded with that. It's good. It's good that it gives the second perspective, a third perspective. But then for elderly people, particularly when it comes to the health point of view, it may land up in confusion. They may land up in confusion. This could be a problem. So whenever, particularly we know in our country, cancer is a very big issue. And when we think of cancer, then of course there are so many types of cancers. Let's not go into that. But generally we are all very scared of cancer. Whatever be the cancer. And then somebody says you go allopathy. Then somebody says you go to Belgaum. Somebody is there in a forest or something, he will give. Then somebody said you go to Attapadi in some Kerala. And somebody says you better go to Chitra Tirunal in Thiruvananthapuram where they use combination of this Ayush and allopathy and something like that. So we don't know. And we went to KMCH1 hospital, who is the best oncologist probably in Coimbatore. We said, of course, he said, I am not willing to comment on other medicine or other procedures except allopathy. He had put a full stop for that. We don't know. But whether to follow him or not, we do not know. And then that is the kind of situation for a serious disease like cancer. Okay, I am not talking about a cancer kind of thing where we don't have any other go other than allopathy, perhaps. But many other diseases, we can change our lifestyle. We can follow some other medicine also. We can use some technological equipments and apps and other things and come up with a very comfortable life, if not, and save our life also for some more years. And we can live healthy living slightly longer period. One more thing I want to tell a caution to all of us. Suppose a middle income group person in India. When I say middle income person, let us say he is a government employee, 58 years he has served and he got a pension. Let us say pension of 50,000 rupees. He is called a middle income group kind of thing. That particular person, if he lives for 85 years, it has been found that till 65 years, he spends only 5%, out of the total medical expenditure he incurs by till the date of his death. 5% is incurred before 65 years. And 30% is incurred between 65 years and 75 years. And nearly 60% or 50% is incurred in the last 1 or 2 years of death. My question to all of you, with the help of the technology or with the help of the money, should we extend our life by 1 year by spending 50% of our medical bill? This is my question. This is my, I'm giving this question to all of us because consciously if I look at, should I, suppose I spend about 50 lakhs for my medical bill by the time I die, out of which 25 lakh I spend on the last 6 months or 1 year to extend my life by another 6 months. That's all. They are not my sons and daughters or anybody, they are not going to be doctors. They cannot extend my life by another 5 years. But they may extend only 1 or 2 years. But because the fag end of this thing, and everybody knows, it is not something, it's not a secret. It's an open secret. We all know that he is going to die after 6 months or 2 months or 3 months. It's a question of 1 month, 2 months or 6 months. Should we spend that kind of a huge amount? Here technology will not come for rescue. Here our conscience should come to the rescue. I think all elderly people like me, we should really give a serious thought to this and come to some kind of a conclusion, at least for our own lives. Let's not prescribe this to anybody else. For my life, I can prescribe something for me and pass on that to my doctors, children, relatives, etc. So that there will not be strain on anybody at the fag end of my life. So with this, I will conclude my speech. I thank all of you for your patience listening, but I am not very sure whether I have really touched the kind of thing which you are expecting. I thank for the organizers. Now I am open for questions. You can ask questions, and if possible, I will try to answer.
Okay. Good evening to everybody. Myself, Muriyasa Pandian, Honorary Secretary of Hosur Local Center, IEA Hosur Local Center.
Okay.
The session is excellent, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. My age is 65.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I was in Hosur about 3 days back, sir, and I went for a
Okay.
jogging for 10 kilometers.
Okay.
From railway station to the Dargah,
Okay.
and then from Sulagiri to Sundagiri.
Oh.
So 2 different patches of jogging I did. Wonderful
Yeah.
climate. I mean, it was drizzling little bit. So
Yeah.
it was a nice place. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? You need not agree with my points. This is whatever I thought. I have put it in a nutshell what I wanted to convey. I am not sure whether what you are expecting and what I delivered really matches. But then I thought some of the points are very relevant. I think Dr. Subramaniam sir has got something to say.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think I am much elder to you.
Yeah.
I am nearing, say, 77 or 78.
Thank you, sir.
And your presentation was very good, I should say. I mean, more applicable to people like me.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I would say some of the things which you mentioned about, the classifying for, say, 45 to 60, 60 to 70 and all that.
Okay.
So in that category, definitely I am coming in the higher end of the thing.
Correct.
But now, there are a couple of things, I wanted to ask you that, you mentioned that, previously the 60 years of old is already, it was senior citizens.
Yeah.
Now 70-year is senior citizen or elderly people or whatever.
Correct.
I'm not talking about the official senior citizen or anything. Do you think that the mortality or the age versus the energy level, has it improved? Has it improved in these days? I mean, regardless of digital technology or anything, due to diet or natural reasons or these things, but for this diseases like COVID and all that, that is irrelevant. I'm talking about the natural course.
Yeah.
Nowadays, as you rightly mentioned, there are people who are living more than 90. In those days, in my school or college days, I am a PhD tech student, and I passed out from IIT and other qualifications are there. So now, those days, even my father, but around 70, 75, he passed away.
Yeah. So
Now I
think-
can see that 100 plus there are quite a number of people are living with 100 plus.
Correct.
So what could be the reason? And is there any possibility of extending one's age? You were mentioning the last example which you gave. I'm not pointing out that particular thing. Should we extend at the cost of this much or anything? I'm just talking about the natural course of thing.
I have.
I would like to hear your views. That's all. I mean,
Maybe I would look at this way. That is, once you reach 70 or whatever it is, if you reinvent a purpose of living, reinventing your purpose for till that time you lived for some purpose up to 58, after 58 to 77 you live for another purpose, after 77 if you reinvent a purpose for your existence, then you live longer. So the purpose, okay, like for example, in my case, I will tell you, sir, maybe it may not be suitable for others. Say, I got retired at the age of 51. Now I am 61 because it's my own self-employment. I said one fine morning, I told my wife, I am semi-retiring. Then she said, like that. Because I found that whatever I had at that particular point of time, it is sufficient for me for another 30-40 years for my living, ordinary living. Maybe food, little shelter, and then medication up to 25 lakhs. Okay, still I have got that kind of a bank balance. I thought, why should I earn more? Unless, I foresee something. And I said, okay, I started doing social service in the last 10 years, and I touched 3,000 students so far. More than 3,000 students by giving coaching free of cost and giving prizes for them. We have given prizes to the tune of 550 students.
Okay.
Small prizes, 200, 300, 100, even up to 26,000 we have given. But then this purpose drives me. Now my son is calling me to US. Appa, inga vandu 6 months iru. But I said, no, I cannot come. How will I leave these 1,000 plus students and come there? Maybe from remote I can do, but still I don't have I don't want to do that. Unless I am very old or something, I will not come there. Maybe for your marriage, yes, for a few days here and there I will come. But then I cannot leave these students because we started with 12 students, and the very one among the 12 students is our Sasikala's daughter. Dr. Sasikala is there. Our daughter was the first 12 students, one among the first 12 students that has grown to the level of 3,000. And then these students are show a lot of affection. Whenever I go for jogging, I put my picture and somebody says, sir, you become very tired, don't run. And not only the kid's mother, father, grandfather are saying like that. So this gave me a very big purpose in my life, which it is a little planned only. I have planned because I was benefited by GD Naidu for my entire education, GD Naidu Trust. So GD Naidu used to say, first 25 years you study, next 25 years on, third 25 years you spend for the society, kind of thing he used to say. It's there in some books also. Maybe it has gone in my mind, I do not know. So that I started doing it. Now the purpose now will drive me to go forward. How long I do not know, but I think as of now it is driving.
Very good, wonderful, Dr. Kesavamurthy.
Yeah.
You have done an excellent work, and I appreciate your point of this reinventing the purpose.
Correct.
Actually, so far I was thinking that, this is probably a natural cause, or, the present day, the mortality is extended, or this sort of a thinking I was having. But now when you are narrating this, I am recollecting one recent story of an elderly woman of 100-year-old. She is called Idli Party.
Correct. Idli
Have you
Party.
heard about that?
Yeah.
And she got a gift from which company is this? Mahendra gave a gift of the house.
Yeah.
So she is engaged in that. I mean, though she may not be knowing that reinventing the purpose or anything,
correct, yeah.
but she is really engaged in that, making the idli. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 30-40 years she has been doing.
Correct.
But now she continues to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas in some of our people, when you reach 60, they say that, I am good enough and, saving is enough, or, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, so retire and go and sit at home.
Yeah. And not
So
because
this
we
is
have
perhaps the reason,
most of our educated people, most of us, because after 60 we have high disposable income, we spend a lot of money on liquor and many other things.
Correct.
Even including me, I used to do that, but I am a little conscious. I should not. No, that is not the way I should live. So some people are conscious, some people are not able to come because they go to the insane and then become sane. Again they go to the insane and then become.
Yes.
So they are actually.
You're right. Yeah.
So they are actually.
Thank you very much. That's very nice.
Yeah. So that is the way, because I am experiencing this with my friends also. Anybody will call me.
Correct.
So
you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You see that but on the other hand, you also mentioned about this. if you don't have savings, enough savings,
It'll be a
then
problem.
you end up, you go and, do, additional job or, to earn. That is also not good.
Not good.
Yeah. So both ways, you have to have a moderation. That's the thing, as you rightly pointed out.
Any questions from
Thank you
students?
very much, sir.
Students, I would be willing to listen to students. Any questions from students? Usually students
Are you looking
very,
for students, elderly students, or
no, no, no,
senior
college
citizen
students. Right
students?
now in college, they are very creative. They come up with a lot of good questions.
Exactly. You're right. Absolutely
That was
correct.
the thing.
Yeah.
Madam, you have any questions, madam? Madam's daughter used to have many questions in my class.
Oh,
No question, sir. Your session is very useful, especially for elders.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there is no question, Ajay, we can move on to.
Madam Sasikala, do you remember me, Madam?
Sir?